Tim Bull, Shadow Minister for Veterans Affairs in Victoria. Thanks for speaking with Flow News 24. The Prime Minister has said on Tuesday that he believes the ANZAC marches should go ahead across the country, yet we have no word in Victoria about whether they will. What does the opposition have to say about that?
Well, it's disappointing that almost a fortnight on from our state government saying that it was finalising arrangements for ANZAC Day, that sub-branches still have no clarity on what they can and cannot do on that day. What we need is the state government and RSL Victoria to get their collective heads together, work out what parameters they are intending to have in place and release that to our sub-branches. Now, of course, we know that the landscape can change when we're talking about COVID, but we must have some parameters announced that will give some level of guidance to our local RSL clubs. Our ANZAC Day marches and ceremonies do take considerable organising by those volunteers who are involved, and at the very least, they should be getting some clear direction from the state as to what they can and can't do on this very, very important day.
Is there concern that we're roughly 6 weeks out now from ANZAC Day and things are starting to drag on?
Yeah, it is. It is very concerning. 6 weeks is not a lot of time to organise what are very large events in a number of our communities, not only in the metropolitan area but also in our country towns. And the RSL needs some confirmation, first of all, that ANZAC Day is certainly going ahead in relation to both ceremonies and marches, but it also needs to know if there are to be any parameters that are to be put in place in relation to COVID restrictions. Now, again, acknowledging they can change, there is no reason as to why those parameters cannot be released. For many, many people, it's the most important day on the calendar for the year. And we need to be sure that it's going ahead, and we need to know in what form.
Yeah. I've just got a comment through from RSL Victoria. They say they're working with the Department of Health and Human Services and other government representatives, they say, to ensure all Victorians can commemorate this year's ANZAC Day in a COVID-safe way. What's your response to that?
Well, that was the exact same answer we were getting a fortnight ago. 2 weeks has gone past, and other jurisdictions don't seem to have had the problem in releasing the details around how their ANZAC Day services and marches will be run. Queensland, for instance, have given the guarantee that it's going ahead. That was done in a matter of 48 hours. So Victoria certainly needs to get on the front foot and make sure it's releasing some detail to our RSL sub-branches before the end of this week.
The PM said in his comments that he acknowledges it's up to states, but he'd like the marches to go ahead. Was it a helpful intervention from the Prime Minister today?
Well, I think that the Prime Minister's commentary is reflecting what the vast majority of Victorians and indeed Australians believe. They do want ANZAC to go ahead. I mean, when we can have the weekend before last, a concert on the Mornington Peninsula with 8,000 people dancing and partying in very close proximity, and we're talking about not having an ANZAC Day service, there's something wrong. So, that dance party was held in line with the government restrictions and requirements and got the tick off and the sign off. Surely we can organise to have our ANZAC Day services and marches conducted in a safe manner. There are a number of steps that can be taken, but it's time that with due respect, the state government said, it's repeatedly saying it's going to keep working with RSL Victoria. We actually need some news. We need some detail. We need some information. And we need that by the end of this week so our sub-branches can plan.
Thanks very much, Tim Bull, speaking with Flow News 24.
Thank you.